Welcome back to HMP. My name is Adam, and I am in the car headed to the movie theater to check out Paddington in Peru, aka Paddington 3. And if you're asking yourself, Adam, why are you going to go see a Paddington movie? You obviously haven't seen any of the Paddington movies, because they're friggin' great, dude. I walked into the first Paddington movie not really knowing what I was kind of getting into. I was not really a fan of the Paddington books as a child or anything, but I thought I'd try it on a waiver. And it was a lovely little film. And then Paddington 2 came out. And I think Paddington 2 came out when we were doing the movie pass, and there was just, I think I saw 130 something movies that year. And I was like, all right, I'll check out Paddington 2. And let me tell you something, Paddington 2 is absolutely amazing. I would go so far as to call it a perfect movie. So when they say, hey, we're making yet another Paddington movie, I'm on board with that. So let's go check it out.
This theater, which no one has been in for more than 5 seconds, smells like straight farts. I'm fairly certain that was just a group of kids that was in here before. It's nothing but fart smell. It's unbelievable.
All right, that was Paddington Goes to Peru. Let's talk about Paddington in Peru, the third in the live-action Paddington movies. This time, instead of Paul King, director of Paddington 1 and 2, the title bearer is now being directed by Doodle Wilson. Sorry, I'm going to pronounce that wrong. His career is filled with a whole bunch of music videos, but if you think music video directors can't direct good films, why don't you go talk to David Fincher. So here's the IMDb plotline for Paddington in Peru. As we know, IMDb always 100% correct in everything they say and or do. Paddington returns to Peru to visit his beloved Aunt Lucy, who now resides at the home for retired bears. With the Brown family in tow, a thrilling adventure ensues when a mystery plunges them into an unexpected journey. This stars Hugh Bonneville, Emily Mortimer, Madeline Harris, Samuel Jocelyn, Imelda Stanton, who plays Aunt Lucy. That's right, Oscar winner Imelda Stanton plays Elderly Bear. So Haley Atwell's doing an American accent for really no reason at all. We've got Oscar winner Jim Broadbent, Oscar winner Olivia Colman, and one of my favorite performances from her, as well as Oscar-nominated Antonio Banderas, who is to this movie what Hugh Grant was to Paddington 2. And of course we have Ben Whishaw as the voice of Paddington, and one of the real reasons why this whole series works, his voice is really calming and pleasing, just pleasantly British. Combine that with that little cute bear face, can't much beat it. The movie opens with a flashback to young Paddington in Peru. Now, having known nothing about this movie save for its title and previous films, I really thought this was going to be a prequel, but fear not, this is just a setup for Aunt Lucy, who will become the catalyst later on in the story. Now, back to present day, Paddington has just got his British passport and is now a citizen. I love this bit of patriotism. As a proud American, I take pride in my country, and I love to see when others take pride in theirs. This all feels very, very British, he says, having never actually been to Britain. But 100,000 subscribers, we're going to Europe, baby. Paddington gets a letter from the Reverend Mother at the retirement home for bears and mentions that his Aunt Lucy's not doing well and it'd be nice for him to come and visit. But just don't make it obvious that the Reverend Mother is the one that told of Aunt Lucy's condition. Now Paddington agrees to go to Peru, and in an attempt to stand out at his new company and take risks, Mr. Brown and the family, kids nearly all grown at this point, decide to tag along with Paddington on his trip and help out. Upon arriving in Peru, the Browns find out that Aunt Lucy's gone missing, and it's now up to Paddington and the rest of the Brown clan to find her and bring her home. Now, once in the wilds of Peru, they meet a boat captain and his daughter, played by Antonio Banderas and Ella Brucarli, and they agree to take the Browns to the forbidden parts of the jungle. So it turns out we are looking for El Dorado, the lost city of gold, and wouldn't you know it, Captain Hunter comes from a long line of gold-hungry ancestors who all died trying to claim the fortune. He tries to do right by his daughter, but the ghost of his ancestors haunt the mind of our troubled captain, who swore he'd never search for gold and suffered the same fate as his ancestors. And the best part is Antonio Banderas plays all of his relatives, and it is fantastic. But Captain Hunter isn't the only one that Paddington needs to worry about. You know from frame one that something is up with Olivia Colman's Reverend Mother, and so does Miss Bird, played by two-time Oscar nominee Julie Walters, who is a fantastic foil to Colman's mother. Olivia Colman is absolutely fantastic in this movie. She's manic, she's crazy, and frankly, she looks like she's having a blast. Now, the adventures abound, but ultimately the thing that carries Paddington in Peru is the same thing that carried the other two films: family. This is the third in the series. The small children from the first two movies are now nearly grown. Julie is in college almost. Jonathan makes Rube Goldberg machines or something in his bedroom. The parents are seeing their children grow up. Paddington goes back to visit his birthplace. How does a family stay connected through the passing years? While Paddington in Peru may not have exactly the same high standards that Paddington 2 has, it's really close, man. Bill Willishaw's amazing take on Paddington is something that just really could make or break the character, and with the amazing animation, the little small eye movements on the guy, facial features and stuff like that, just stuff that you'd find in nature, you truly believe that Paddington and, well, frankly, all the other bears in this movie, they look so good that you just forget that they're actual CGI creatures and start seeing them as characters in the film. Paddington in Peru proves that good films for kids still can be made, but the people making them just gotta give a crap. Now, I'm going to say something pretty wild here, so strap in. The Paddington movies may be the greatest movie trilogy ever. Maybe. I mean, Lord of the Rings was really, really good, but I got to be honest with you, I think the Paddington films certainly could be in the conversation. I really love these movies, and it's because I love these movies that I have to ask you now, please stop. Don't ruin this franchise. Don't let this become Lord of the Rings. We didn't really need The Hobbit, did we? So more Paddington movies could be good, but are we really willing to risk this amazing legacy that you've crafted with these three fantastic movies? Please, please don't. Paddington in Peru was an amazing way to end this fantastic story about what it means to be family. 4.5 out of 5 stars, highest of recommendations for me on this one. Feel good when you go to the movies for a change, why don't you? That is it. Did you see Paddington in Peru, or are you one of the heartless swine who only takes pleasure in the bad things in life? Leave a comment for your mom below, and we'll see you in the next one. Paddington in Peru. Paddington in Peru proves that good... Come on, damn it.